And I'm back. More dual Destinies. And apologies for the last couple of episodes. I forgot to take account that I was doing a rando on Twitch yesterday, and forgot to turn the desktop audio back down. So there was a double up on the audio. Thankfully, there's not really all that much voice acting and not anything too high up, I think. The most that probably would have happened was an echo in the dialogue and the music. But still annoying, so I muted it back to where it was. And we're with Edgeworth and Pearl. And we're going to investigate this robotics lab. This should be the last episode before the big long trial to finish this stuff. So let me get back to where I was. I was calling my mom on the phone. I'm actually recording this on Christmas, so I've been using my phone. So 1 second here. Back over there. Had one. Pearl's errand. Miles Edgeworth. All right. Examine the large robot. This is one heck of a robot. There's something written on it. Is it supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judgetron JT02. I don't believe we need to bother with that. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago. We were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took the picture. But you can see the probe in the newspaper photo. Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing? Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. I'm just happy to be with some voices that aren't really gravelly for a change. It's definitely helping. I can definitely tell my voice is wearing a little thin because I've been recording all day, but I've taken breaks. So the person who stole it, I think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. What's this? Looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station. That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up. Well, machines that maintain themselves, that's pretty cool. If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do while we are down. Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. I bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around. I bet they're fun to ride around in. We'd even probably both fit in the biggest one. I know, we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us. I don't trust him not to push us down the flight of stairs. Suspended robot head. Yeesh. What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe? It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these parts are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs. And there's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor, too. Is Aura trying to build some kind of weapon of mass destruction? Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something. I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street just doing that. I better not think about it anymore. Wait a minute. Examine suspended robot. Wait a minute. Rotate left. Okay, so I've done that. No. Okay. What am I missing? Examine table. Oh, table on right. Okay. Oh yeah, table on right. Duh. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench. Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at the photo. See that cute little food processor? It isn't a food processor. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded into the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? Staff member and 2 police officers, was it? They were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? Okay, now we can go to the left. Alright, operating table, purple seat. There we go. That's that one. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo, too. Yes, it was here or there as well, with the victim's body lying on it. There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it. Pearls, don't touch that! Oopsie. Hey, it's moving! It appears to be a robot assembly device. Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. Sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Red box. So this one. An emergency ladder. This must be the one used during the evacuation. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the other side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Pink monitor. There we go. This one. Laura's desk is a mess. And that doesn't surprise me. Oh! I just want to dive in and straighten it up. Wait, before you do. It's Meta Sykes. Kloko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal. You wish to speak with me, Mr. Wright? But if you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area. Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident? When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused. So he calls Dr. Sykes Mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura? With the loss, she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me. Searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying and then take her feelings out on those around her. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well. That is correct, but without her new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura. Before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clonco. That murder destroyed so many lives. Right. Take a look at the paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Clonco and Clonco, they're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes mentioned. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people with ID tag and facial features. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing! I don't know, Edgeworth, they might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? Kinda sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There's still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right? Wait, what? He did? Yep. He called it a special request. He reached that out to me while I was still disbarred. So that's what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back. Yep, the Blackwell case. I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Oh, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals, just like animals, criminals you're after aren't small fries anymore. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. The dark age of the law? It sure comes up a lot these days on TV and the newspapers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean... That's right. He's talking about my case, and Prosecutor Blackwell's. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those 2 cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. When suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other. Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me or did his brow get even more furrowed? The hostage-taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage-taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and can manipulate robots can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial from a case 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room? I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing for you is to solve the UR1 case and prove Blackwell's innocence. And then maybe she'll release the hostages. I'm counting on you, right? To set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I'll do everything I can to uncover the truth. This isn't as an official trial. I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox. Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation? Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage-taker something from me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start my trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center. So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. Do-do-do-de-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly, too? I knew you'd come! After all, the first step in the interview is the interview with the defendant. And because you're my friend and I was worried about you. Thanks, boss. I'm not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself, she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know, huh? Sorry I didn't tell you. That's alright. But there are some other things I'd like to ask you. Sure. You can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. It must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anyone in. The director couldn't very well switch the pads if people were in there. But I snuck in anyway. Did Do you want to see the hat group photo? The one with your mother in it? I did. What I really wanted to see was her jacket. The jacket on display was Dr. Sykes? I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave? How long do you think you were unconscious? I was out until about noon the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge number 2. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory's so vague. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough. Which means, what if I am the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious. Of course, I believe her. But will anybody else? What kind of research was your mother doing? Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said that they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow! Robots that can understand people! I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, but she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that. Dredging up all that old stuff. No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. By the way, Miss Woods said something about you always wearing headphones. Shh. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand. Okay, let me say one thing. I don't think your mother only thought about you as some handy subject for her research. I want to believe that. But just about the only things Mother left me were Widget and this earring. Oh, it's beautiful. It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did, because that's what I want to believe too. Better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found. Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab. You seem to really love Ponko and Clonko. Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know. And there's one of those little cute robots in this photo, too. See Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. It's a pretty bad job, huh? But I put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought if a robot broke, bandaging it would help get it better. What a weirdo I was. Looks like there's something written on the bandages. Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko. Get well soon, Ponko." But in the end, my mother just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be that thing that I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mother did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seemed to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center? Yes, a little. And this person is even taking hostages? I guess I better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago. Wait, what? You're kidding me! That means Prosecutor Blackwell might... Yup. I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So, wait. You knew him back then? Yes. He used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her, and would sometimes ask for advice for his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate, straight as an arrow. Unlike now, when he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me! He didn't kill her! His heart is screaming he didn't kill her! I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about? She heard the voice of his heart? You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony. Pearls is right. Did the very best you could. But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaking and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You've always been so bright and cheerful. Thanks. It's because one day I came to realize I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. And then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. Man, psychology was my mother's specialty. And when I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. Doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed. I wanted to prove his innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Themis Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. Who was he? What did he say? No, can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was? I wonder if he smiled like he used to. Back then. If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option. Ah! I thought you might be here, Mr. Lawyer. We're in trouble. We are? What is it? We couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Oh no, but this is an emergency. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. Huh? My phone? It's from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait! We still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. Poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No! Don't you dare hurt her! There's gotta be something I can do. Cruelest injustice is about to befall us. No! This can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us. Wait a minute. Maya? A courtroom blew up. That's it! There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say?
Hold it!
Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. So you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4. The one blown up by the bomber. Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick. I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only fitting, or befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you're defending. What? Not Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for a courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena? Of course. Why did it never occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? No. Oh, Jesus. No way. Can't be true. Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see. 5 black cyclocks. I've seen these kinds of things before. Dark black locks protecting a secret, hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them. All right. So big trial stuff until the end of the game. See you next time.